We are live. Are we live? I think we're live. I think we are live. It's Procreate Wednesday, everybody. And yes, the audio is working correctly. Let me turn that off for now. How are we doing today, everybody? Welcome to Procreate Wednesday, number 007, James Bond edition. One of these weeks, I'm going to have to do 2 Procreate Wednesdays to catch up, because now we did Mandible Monday 8, and we're doing number 7 of Procreate Wednesday this week, so it's always throwing me off. I'm like, what the fuck number are we on? And this thing you're looking at right now, this is what we worked on past couple weeks. Last week we did the color and the highlighting, the airbrushing and stuff. And then my initial thought was to come back and do color on this too, but I've been looking at this a lot over the past week or so. And I kind of like how it is without any color in the other creature. And I was also thinking about doing, I want to do an animation on this one. But in order to do that, I'm going to have to go back to an earlier iteration. And I'm going to have to just bring the color over. Because this one still has all the layers to it, so I can move stuff around. Kind of just going to do some stuff like this. So I'm going to have to go in and color these separately. Oops. Oh, hey, that's a new feature. You can like pinch and preview a piece right from the gallery. I did not know about that. I just kind of accidentally found that. Nice. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is I don't really know what we're going to do today. But we're going to hop over to over to here. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Procreate Wednesday. And so, yeah, I didn't really have any sort of plan for today, so we might just do something new. And oh yeah, we have, I encourage you to go check the commands and try the commands goldfish and goose. Because I have a new thing going on with the stream that we're going to test out today. And also, you can also do the tendril command. There's something connected to the tendril command now. So we'll see how it actually works in practice. I've tested it off stream, but we'll see. So grab your coffee, grab your water. I need to do a little of that action. That's pretty good. Let's get that coffee check right away. And I don't know, let's just start messing with some lines. I don't know what this is going to turn into necessarily. just keep going with this for a while until I feel like maybe if it's going somewhere, we'll go somewhere with it. If it's not, maybe we'll go and do some other stuff on that animation. Kind of going with like a little bit of a perspective thing for this, but it's not like true perspective because I'm kind of doing things that don't make sense. This is fun. Kind of reminded me of the Trojan rabbit from fucking Monty Python and the Holy Grail for a second there. Now I can't unsee the rabbit now. Actually, I can see something going on this way, yeah. Definitely does have that, like... Hey, Amanda, with the resub, thank you. Welcome to the show. Good to see you around as always. Oh, hey, we got an oval here. So yeah, welcome, Amanda. Today is Procreate Wednesday. Thank you so much for the resub. I really appreciate that. I love you. And yeah, we're doing things with this thing. I just wanted to start doing something new. I don't know. We were working on this. If you weren't here last week, we worked on this thing. We did the color last time and the highlighting or the airbrushing on this bad boy right meow. I want to do an animation on this and do like a walk cycle, like. And then I think I want to leave the rest of this just black and white because I really like the contrast of this colorful candy creature, kind of like fist bumping with this other thing, awkwardly. But that'll be for a different time. So we started doing this. Come on, Procreate. And then I was like, yo, this reminds me somehow of the Monty Python and the Holy Grail Trojan rabbit, when they wheel that giant wooden rabbit up to the castle. And then they realized none of them are inside it. And this almost wants to like rotate. Maybe like that. Let's go keep doing more layers. This way we can edit stuff later if we have to. But yeah, how are you doing today, Amanda? I went on a tirade there. What are you up to? You doing some games today? No, I didn't want to make an oval. Come on, Procreate. That's sort of closer. Oops. This will take a bunch of tries to get right. So now I want to edit and do this kind of stuff, yeah. Yeah. Stupid hotkeys. Just grabbed a W in first game of Fortnite, right on. Fortnite. I'm pretty good. It's not snowing anymore, but there's still lots of snow on the ground, so I'm staying inside and doing... I'm procreating right now. We are procreating. And we'll do that. This will be like the ear. Come on. It doesn't have to make sense. This is a nice angle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the rabbit. Yes, Robo-Rabbit, for sure. It doesn't quite make sense, but like, this is why we have multiple layers of stuff. Because like now the ear doesn't quite make sense. Maybe we have to do a different ear. Let's make the canvas bigger. Or you know what? We have to make it smaller, I think, because it's already kind of... What's our canvas size here? That's pretty big. Let's make it... Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so now I'm seeing like where the other eye would be, kind of over on this side. If this is like one eye in here, that kind of deal. Yeah, kind of like that. Hey, welcome back. I wish there was an undo history for these, for the polyline. Yeah, it's better. This could be more of like a cartoony, exaggerated tooth. All right, now the ear. Let's actually flatten some of these down. This is all good. I love the names of your works. You really can't beat Thick Little Bird. Right on. Thanks. Yeah, doing art for so many years, you have to just like, whatever like the first thing you think of to name it, that's the thing, because there's just too many titles and they've all been used already. I wouldn't be surprised if I had named certain things over the course of my art career as like the same title without even realizing it. Okay, so let's try this ear. I'm not sure how this is going to go yet, but it's going to be something like that. But yeah, Amanda, can you try some commands out for me? I'm trying out a new GIF thing. Can you do the please, if you would, the goldfish command, or the goose command, or the new tendril command? I changed the, yeah, there it works, okay. That's goldfish. Goldfish is good. And I want to start doing more of these animated GIFs. Yeah, right on. And I may even connect sounds to them at some point. There was goldfish and goose. Try goose. Goldfish is a piece I did in Procreate as well. And then, yeah, the solar flare geese. That's one that we did on one of the very first episodes of Procreate Wednesday. Thanks, Amanda. Yeah, those are fun. I spent like a lot of the night hours last night figuring that shit out. Let's do a coffee check. Chum Slick, welcome to the show, sir. How are you doing today? It is Procreate Wednesday. I keep getting my fucking days mixed up. I'm gonna be like Metal Bulb Wednesday. And right now we're working on this rabbit sort of deal. And now we actually need to make the canvas a little bigger. You know what, let's make it even wider this way. You know, we're gonna run out of fucking layers really quick. Oh, we don't have an Amanda command. Dude, we gotta make one of those. Welcome to the show, yay. I love the Squish TV. Would one of y'all want to make an Amanda command for us, please? I thought I had one, but I guess we didn't. Are my commands like not working today? Because Em just did the chum command and I'm not seeing a chum command pop up. What is happening? But we do have the goldfish command and the goose command and the tendril command, which are fun. But yo, we gotta hit the hot box. Oh, this one, okay, so in this scene, for some reason, it's not turning the goldfish back off. Okay, we'll fix that afterward. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, it's hump day, everybody. Cheers. Hey, I'm all right. I'm feeling kind of aimless today. We started this new thing, but we were like, let's just take a look at what we worked on last week. For anyone just joining us. So we had this guy, we did the color here. The color and the airbrushing. Oh, but you can't see that. You can see my Ableton screen though. Hang on. All right, let's go. I forgot to switch out these screens. Laptop screen. There we go. So this is what we worked on last time. The coloring and the airbrushing on this guy. And then when I looked at this over the course of the past week, I Didn't really see what else I wanted to do to it in terms of like maybe color, but I kind of want to just leave this guy black and white. I like how it's kind of, I don't know, it's just a hard contrast because this one's really angular and this one's really like bubbly, and then it's color versus black and white, but they're these two things that are just fist bumping each other like kind of awkwardly, like, hey, fist bump. Man, it has wrecked this many preteens in Fortnite. Maybe grayscale shading. Ooh, I kind of like that. Maybe we could play with the gradient thing. There's a new gradient tool in this that I haven't really checked out yet. I wonder. So are we on, we're at the max 5 layers on this right now. Let's see what we can do to, let's make a duplicate of it, and we're gonna flatten parts of it down. Because I like that idea, the grayscale thing. Okay, so, all right, we got a duplicate. And one thing I had to do, let's just close that for a second. Let's get an actual hydration check. I was only doing coffee till M got here. M reminds us. So what I have to do is, since we have this, all this stuff, we need to erase the stuff behind this mask. And what we're going to do, we're on that layer, so we're going to go to select, we're going to do automatic select, and just have it pick up that area there. Then we're going to go to this layer and just cut all that. So now this layer should be nice and clean. We can turn the mask off, and we don't need this mask anymore. Yes, we can delete that. It's fine. So now we have an extra layer that we can use to do our grayscale stuff. So let's see how this works. We're gonna like discover this together, and let's hold on. Let's go back to the back open y'all. Okay, so let's see. We want to set this layer as reference, and then we're going to make another layer that lives behind it. And now we actually have to figure out, okay, so this thing, gradient map. I've really not even looked at this. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh wait, is that actually... It says layer empty, so that means you have to use a layer. Maybe this is not what I think it is. But I think I have a brush that does gradient stuff. You know what, let's do, since that's not really what I thought it was, we're still going to do a grayscale, but we'll just make our own gradients. So we're going to use like an airbrush. Let's just see what we can do with that. In this case, okay, since we're not doing any sort of like color fill, this doesn't actually have to be a reference. And if anyone knows out there what the if there's any other way to do a gradient in here besides doing like just kind of making one and using it, is there like a gradient feature? Because I thought that was going to be that, but I guess it's not. It's for like turning something into a gradient, as far as I can tell. So what we're going to do is select like that, and then we're going to go invert Now when we do gray stuff, it'll be... But you know what? I've got my order of operations a little bit backwards here. This is a good thing to do, and just stop for a second instead of just rushing forward. So what we should do, our gradients are going to be like the highlights that we put on later. So what we should do first is what I initially thought we should do first, which is set this on reference and go here, and we'll do some like color drop stuff. Until such a time that is added, use Inkpad to create gradient fills and copy-paste them into Procreate. Or use pre-made gradient files available in the resources forum. Okay, yes, true, there is a good forum for this stuff. Or use the gradient brushes or 3D solid gradient brushes you can download in the custom brushes forum. Okay, so there's gradient brushes. Hold on. I was thinking it would be like a whole category of brushes. 3D solid gradient brushes you can download in the custom brushes forum. Okay, I'll have to check that out later. I think I've only downloaded like one pack of... Where's this one? There's I got this circles and spheres one, which is really good, and then there was the bunch of these space ones, like these nebula things. I think, I can't remember. Anyway, those are really fun. Oops. Hey, Amanda, thank you for the host. Right on. So it's really cool to do, and just turn off the whole thing. Ooh, a tutorial that M found. Let's see. You say, I think around 6 minutes he starts getting into, actually doing the different methods. Okay. Open this up for later. Okay. Let's get that posture check. I need to adjust my mic up. posture check, and stretch check. Let's do a hydration check just for good measure. Get all the checks in. All the checks. Multiple checks. Yeah, these colors don't really have to make sense, or these values don't have to make total sense with the way light would bounce. I'm just kind of going for what works compositionally. Hey, SynthLab. Hey, dude, I love that emote. Sock puppet. How you doing today, sir? Welcome to the Procreate Wednesday, as it were. We weren't totally sure what to do today, but M said we should do some grayscale stuff. And I was just going to leave this as just a white outline to contrast with the candy creature. But M had the awesome idea to do grayscale, and I think that's a great challenge because, like, I was just going to stop there, and that was going to be it. So thank you, M. Thanks, SynthLab. These are fun. And we did the color last week, and the so we started off just doing like that. It was really flat, and then we did all this highlighting and whatnot, airbrushing. And then we're going to try and do some gradients after we do this. Tim says, I just like to muse about, you know. Let's see. I feel like I'm not really good at doing grayscale. Like, I'm really good at just black and white, like hard black and white with no value. But doing, because there's not much to work with, just grays. It's all just very subtle changes. Thanks, SynthLab. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I've just not really experienced in this way of working, which is why I love doing these streams, because everyone has a different idea of what would be cool to try. And I like the challenge. Especially with this, because there's kind of these large unbroken planes of space, and like if I want to make this two different colors, then I kind of have to go in and do more outlining or work with a gradient. So as far as commissions, I really haven't, honestly. Like, I kind of just make what I make, and like I have a web store now. Usually my thing was like doing festivals, selling physical art at festivals when the world wasn't ending. Hey, SynthLab, thank you for the host, man. See, I honestly, like, I've never really done commissions. I don't know. I'm not good at, like, taking someone else's vision and making it. I kind of just make the stuff that's in my head. But I'm not saying I would be against doing commissions. I would do commissions. Psychedelic cornucopia chumps like, yes. He said fastest was to use motion blur to create gradient. Motion blur, okay. Oh, so yeah, that's actually a good idea, yeah. Let's actually try that out. So, okay, now the thing is we're out of layers again. So I think what we'll do, we'll duplicate this again. And then we're just going to say that this whole thing is fine the way it is, and we're going to flatten it. So we got the highlights and the... Actually, you know what? What we could do... No, let's flatten the whole thing. We're going to flatten the outline, the highlights, and the color together. And if we ever need to grab the individual layers later, we have it in the other save. He said he colored half of the shape, then motion blurred it into the uncolored part to create gradient. Okay, for sure, yeah. Oh, so as far as like, yeah, the festival thing, like I was definitely not making my living doing just that. That was just extra money, but yeah, it's a tough thing. Like, I don't even know if I would want my entire income to be just from art, because then I kind of like just making what I want to make and not having to worry about that. Okay, so we're going to flatten this. We're going to take the outline, just go merge down. And then we're going to merge these two down. Okay, so now we can add another layer here. And we're going to do this motion blur trick. Yes, and dudes, it is very fun to do festivals. A lot of times I would do art gallery direction, so I'd get to wrangle a bunch of artists together, and we all set up our art for the weekend in a big tent. So fun, and also doing stage visuals and stuff like that. Yeah, and I've never played music at a festival, but it's something I definitely want to. Okay, so we have our candy creature. Now we have a new layer. We want to put this new layer on top of the gradient layer. And actually, let's just take a look at the... That's pretty cool. All right, so we're on a new layer. And okay, let's see what Em was saying again. Hold on. Oh, dude, I mean, the music we make definitely is festival material. It's just, the thing is, like, especially, like, you do a lot of this modular stuff. I guess you could set up a road case for it, but, like, traveling with, like, gear is tough. That's kind of why I built my custom case for this. It's like I built my stuff into a suitcase that I custom built. So when we start doing things again, like normal humans before Corona, we can do festivals really easy. Okay, so Em was saying use motion blur, and then you said he colored half of the shape, then motion blurred it into the uncolored part to create gradient. Okay. So what we can do, maybe we'll instead of having this be completely grayscale, we'll take some of the color from over here and use it to just jazz up this guy. So we got our palette down here. Maybe we'll go with kind of a muted version of this. And so I think what the best thing to do here, we're going to select an area. So we go to this layer first. We're going to select, let's just test this out on, say, this sneaker thing. So we're going to select in there. Right, and then we're going to go to this layer. we're going to grab a airbrush. And let's just test it out like we'll do. Oops, that's way too much. It's a giant brush. Like this. And just do that, right? And then we're going to go into motion blur. And go layer. And then okay, so this takes a lot of processing. So it's kind of not updating in totally real time, but I know what he's talking about here, but it's kind of hard to get it to do the thing. That's pretty cool, though. That's a good technique for doing, I guess if you're doing a more regular shape, like a cube or something, that could be really useful. Maybe it just takes practice. Hey, Optic. Thanks, man. Welcome to the stream, sir. And let me just catch up here. Okay, cool. So let's get back into this kind of gradienting. I don't know if I want to leave that. Let's try something else. Maybe we'll try just a different method. So check this out. If you have a brush like this with like a soft fade in, I think what you can do kind of like when you do the quick line, if you drag the quick line out, you can kind of get a gradient that way if you do the proper pressure when you make the line. So like now I can now when you do edit shape, you kind of like drag that gradient out a little bit and position it. So that's kind of good. Maybe we'll do it that way. How you doing, Optic? You working today? Doing that IT? Yes, I'm in New York, sir. Mr. Synthlab. I'm in upstate New York, in right outside of Hudson. Let's get the hydration check. I kind of like where this is going with the muted colors. I can see this happening. And maybe we will visit the hotbox for a moment. Cheers, everybody. See, the character on the right looks like something from a Tipper album cover. Hell yeah, dude. I definitely love that, the Jettison Mind Hatch cover. That kind of shit is like, that's my jam. It has like all this perspective stuff going on, but it's cartoony. Okay, so let's see here. I'll just readjust myself here. Let's do a stretch. And Chum has peanut butter in his pocket. Good go, Chum. Is it one of those individual peanut butter cups? Not like a Reese's, you know what I mean? The like single serve peanut butter, or is it just a glob of peanut butter mashed into your thigh? Okay, so this is like a whole different thing now with the color on this side. And we also have to it's gonna be tough. I think I might just do it my traditional way and kind of just do airbrushing. So you spend a lot of time around the Roscoe area in the warm months. Right on. And Amanda, enjoy your lurk. Okay, so this is going to be like a lot of selecting stuff. And you know what? Hold on. We gotta backtrack because I was on the wrong layer. This is one of the things you gotta do. If you're on the wrong layer. So I gotta remember to jump back and forth. This is gonna be a challenge. Okay, so we're still in the hotbox. It's like PB sludge. Oh, your headphones died, Em. All right. R.I.P. Wait, it's like PB sludge. I have these PB-filled dog treats, and I left a few in my pocket. Can't hear you, but thank you for the stream when you wrap up. Aw, thanks, Em. Oh dear, chum. Everything in upstate is definitely far away. But, yeah, I miss the adventure of driving like 6 hours to go to a festival. I even miss the weird stuff about festivals. The stuff that sucks, like fucking getting no sleep. Okay, so we're making sure we're on the correct layer. We're on the correct layer. And now we're going to let's start with a really wide brush, and we'll just, actually even bigger than that. We'll do like these broad strokes. That could really be the best way to get a gradient, is just using a giant brush. So now again, we're going to go back to the other layer, and we're going to select. Now go back again. And then if you want to do a little more, you can reselect if you just hold select down again. Optic says, what I miss the most from festivals is hearing all the ridiculous shit people say when they're fucked up. Yeah. Dude. I can think of one right now, but I'm not going to repeat it on stream. So yeah, this is a great tip though. If you want to reselect the thing you had selected before, you just hold down the select icon. Maybe even grab 2 of these areas at once and see if we can do more of this magenta. So do I go to Country Club? No. Is that a venue? It sounds like a cool bar or something, but I don't really, it's not my world. I'm always at home working on shit. Festivals are really where, oh, it's a festival, okay. Why would I think it was a bar? It sounds like it's a place where, oh, have you been to the Country Club, man? They have a 2-for-1 drink special there that's out of this world. It's a dope festival. It's in New York. Right on, dude. I'm always looking for more stuff to do. country club. Okay, so let's, we selected this area. Now let's do, yeah, let's pick our color. So yeah, the magenta, but it's going to be more towards the gray. Oh, we're still in the hot box. Okay. The thing about grading, I don't know if you can see it, but it does have like streaking in it when you do it with a brush like this. And I guess that's going to happen no matter how you do it. And if you look that closely in digital, it should look kind of nice. It's like a little pinstriping. It's like tiger striping on this thing. Now I also kind of want to select... Ah, dude, I did the wrong layer. See? Again. Okay, we got to undo. Cool. Tell you what, y'all have to use the restroom, so stay here with these things, and I'll be right back. Oh yeah, go follow Chum. For sure, guys. Everybody, please go follow Chum Slick. Let's get him to affiliate. Okay, so we're here. We're in Procreate. We're not in the hot box anymore. We're good. Okay, So we're going to be back on this layer to select. Let's do it in here. Back here. Let's get that coffee check. It works pretty good. I like that. Just get a giant sized brush, airbrush. Look at the soft airbrush. It's pretty easy to make gradients. And maybe we can do some even more more stuff, because this is all kind of a solid color now. Maybe we can do a smaller brush to do different gradients. Hey, Evil Deadhead. Welcome to the stream, sir. These creatures belong on one of those mandelbulb worlds. I love it so much. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. That's a good idea to, like, incorporate these as, like, creatures walking across a mandelbulb landscape. Yo. I was talking earlier about doing an animation on at least this one, because I can kind of see how it has, like, a walk cycle to it. This one could be a cool animation, too, though. And then have him walk across in Mandelland. Let's see. So all the main parts are done here. I can just do some of these. And then we can get into doing some, like, serious detailing. So we're on that layer. And we want to go here. It's going to be sort of in this realm. It's going to have some of this. Oh, right. You know what? Referencing works for selection, too. I didn't even realize that. That's awesome. I think that means I don't have to switch back and forth when I select. I think I may have just been doing that because it gets it a little bit more accurate, but not by much. Okay, let's make the brush smaller here. get that coffee check. So I wonder what this would look like with this inverted. It looks kind of messy, huh? Yeah, it's because the selection was not perfect. That's fine. Go back to invert. Just thinking about maybe some other brushes here that we could try. And these These are mostly, except for the abstract ones, this is where most of my custom ones are, but like the majority of these are just the stock brushes, so there's a lot you can do with just the stock brushes. Kind of like these industrial ones, like the wasteland. It's like this rocky terrain, so maybe we can try doing some texturing on this. And you know what, let's do duplicate. Let's do a hydration check and look at this for a minute. Let's do a stretch check. Okay, so let's select an area and see what we can do. So we get this middle area. So now we have this textured brush. And you can see it kind of gives a nice, like, just ripply kind of. So that's pretty nice. I think maybe it needs to be. You can kind of get more of an idea if you do it like that, but it looks very rocky. And you can even make these brushes pretty easily. I've never really made textured brushes like this, but you'd basically just import a texture the same way you'd import a shape. So it's very subtle, but it also helps to break up those big planes where there's nothing else except for just, it would just be a solid color. And the right layer, yes, okay. So let's roll with that. That's way too much. I want to just give it a little bit of that texture. Maybe this one has a bunch more because it's reflecting more light from this purple guy. It's nice, very subtle, but I like it. I still kind of don't know what to do with these, this middle part. Probably just color fill them all. be a fun thing to do really quick. In fact, I might even try to incorporate this as a part of the piece, but doing these stretches, like disproportionate resizing. You could do distort, which is really cool. I think we're going to roll with that. Tell you what, let's hit the hot box one more time. Let's take a look at this for a minute. Cheers, everybody. So let's go back out the hot box, back to the old Procreate. So, do we have another layer? We have one more layer, good. Let's go back to the airbrush. Take the size way down. We're going to do this kind of stuff. I don't know what else I can really do to this except for a couple little highlights here and there. I think this might be done. At least for this week. If we could figure out something else awesome to do with it, we can come back to it next week for sure. I don't want to do too much of this highlighting here because I like these sort of flat planes. Because we need that to contrast the grapes over here. Grapes with flat planes. We'll just leave it without any outline. Just kind of do this, take the opacity on that down a bunch. It's going to look 40%. It does help it blend together a bit better. Hey Retro, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. It is Procreate Wednesday, number 7, 007. And we're doing color on this. At least on this part. So we did the color on this guy last week, and we're working on an animation for this as well. It's going to be fun. And then we did the color and the grayscale stuff on this one after a prompt from M. I was like, dude, grayscale. What are you up to today, Retro? Today is something? So I think we've reached the maximum layers here, yes. Okay, so maybe we'll just go back for today and write out the rest of today's show on this thing we started earlier at the beginning of the show, which is this rabbit deal. I don't know what it is. It's the Monty Python. What you said, like the gradient on that. What is the magenta to black? Oh, so let's check it out. Mostly it's grayscale underneath the color. And we did a little bit of texturing with one of the industrial brushes. But it's basically the outline, the grayscale, which we skewed a bunch, and then the color. And that's where some of the texturing is. And then we had a couple more highlights there. And that's it. We kind of, the opacity was up at 100 before on here. We took it down to like 40. Kind of helps it not be so stark and it blends better. Actually, I really just kind of like it without any sort of outline. It's around 40%. Let's get that hydration check. So yeah, let's jump back over to this thing. We'll just kind of doodle the day away. Here we have to go back and change our brush. Again, I wish this would save the brush you're using on a specific piece. Say nothing much. I have crazy, like 18-hour headaches with the pill withdrawals. Oh no, dude. Not trying to get into health things. That's just what I've been at. Right on. I hope you feel better. Those migraines can be really not good. Okay, so let's go into our inking brushes. And yeah, I kind of started imagining this as the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the Trojan rabbit with the wheel up to the castle. And then they realize none of them are inside of it. Okay, so let's see. Kind of want to do the inside of this ear. Want to get back to reading a few books I haven't finished, and a Jacques Fresco one I picked up and was talking about them. Oh, right on. Oh yeah, I remember Anne was talking about the Jacques Fresco thing. That hydration check. Doodling the day away. Yes, sir. What time is it? 5:46. Yeah, I gotta do food things. Fucking anthioids or something. froze. There it is. Yeah, so the way it works with saving in this, it kind of just, it saves it as it goes, I guess, because there's no option for it. But when you go to the gallery, that's kind of when it really saves. But I've also had this crash a few times, and it comes back in the exact same state as when it crashed. So it's actually pretty good about not losing your stuff. That's actually a good point. We should, let's duplicate it. That gives us a branching off point, and let's keep going for a couple more minutes at least. Froze again. This really does become like a puzzle with these large unbroken planes of space. And there's this tendency that I have where I'm like, oh, I should do more stuff within that, but it's all a matter of balancing the whole piece together. So like not focusing on putting too many lines in one area. You know, my pinch and zoom is fucking up. I know it's not my finger. I feel like this space up here, that should be left open, because that's an important element to balance out the central figure, which, at least up until now, was the rabbit. And then it's tough to think about what to do with this space over here. Procreate is just not cooperating right now. I think that means we should end the stream, y'all. Not end it, but we're gonna raid. But yeah, once the pinch and zoom starts not working smoothly, see, now it's working pretty good. Right on, but we do have to find someone to raid. Let's see who we can find. This is always a cool adventure. think we're going to rate Friendin. I know some of you know Friendin. Anyone have a different suggestion of any sort? It could be art or music or anything really. But usually we do art raids on art days and music raids on music days. It is always cool, though, to find a new person to raid that we don't know. Cat videos. Nosper. Who's Nosper? And by Joyce, do you mean Joyce Rainbow? Looking at Max Danziger right now. It looks like he's going to do some color on an ink thing that he did earlier. He's checking his audio levels. Shark Part 2. Let me look up Nosper. Yo, abstract ink drawing. Oh, it's in German too. I guess it doesn't matter, you can still watch the art, but it might be difficult to interact with. I know a couple German words here and there, but I don't know if I could get through a... This looks awesome though. I love this kind of watercolor, like spill style. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, he's speaking in German, and the chat is all in German, which is great. I mean, but I would love to be able to interact with them on a deeper level, but I just can't. Although I did take a couple of years of German in high school. I could probably get by a little bit, but it might be frustrating. Who else did you say? Shark Part 2? Wait, is that something else? What did I miss? Cat videos. Let's look at cat videos. What is she making? She's doing, am I on the right person? Yeah, her name's Cat Videos. She's kind of sitting here right now. She could be drawing, I don't know, at some point. I Everyone's just kind of like hanging out right now. They're supposed to be doing their art, but they're just like, nah. Let's see what Friendon's into. Says he's doing Valentine's Day salon-style Patrick Nagel-inspired art. This is really different. I haven't seen him do this style yet. This is amazing. He does a bunch of cool styles. It's very versatile. I say we go to Friendon. Hey, Em. Yeah, we're outie. Oh, just got your break. Okay, we can hang out. Unless, do you have a suggestion for a raid? We're going to go to Friendon. First, we looked at a couple of people, but they were just kind of like meandering. I feel that, though. I've meandered a lot today. I wasn't, like, totally in the groove today. That's why we ended up with this crazy rabbit. And, like, maybe... we did a bunch of good work, though, on this. I kind of like where this went, too. I think we should go to Friendon. That seems like the move. He's doing something really different today, so that could be really interesting. Like, I've only really seen him do the horror style, but now he's doing, like, well, he's calling it salon style. Like, totally different set of brushes and techniques. Say, do you know Love You Loves You? I think so. I think it may... are they on? I thought I was following them, or that's some other thing with love. I can't remember. It's all love. Love You. I don't see Love You Loves You. Service is spotty. Just wanted to say hi and bye if anything. Okay, I hope you are blessed with better service relatively soon. Hey, Tomas. How you doing, man? The old mossy toe, everybody. What do you think, Toe? Who should we raid? You think Friendon's the move? Toe, you want to raid Friendon with us today? I think we're going to raid Friendon. He's doing a different style. Yo, yo. Love. Friendon raid. Yeah, let's do Friendon. Right on. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining me on Procreate Wednesday, number 007. And I'll see you tomorrow for Ableton things. I don't know what it's going to be. Who knows? We never know. So thank you everyone. I appreciate you. I love you. And we're going to go to Friendon. Let's say what's up.